Give me 1 second in case somebody pops on. I'm just sitting here making sure stream health and everything's good. Usually takes about 30 seconds to a minute, so I am not ignoring anybody who comes into the chat. I'll scroll down here in like 30 seconds. Plus, I don't really come on live much. It's 2 nights in a row. Oh my! It reminds me back when we were breaking before. Like, a lot of breaking. What's up, man? Just hopping on here for a few minutes. Freaking Shopify was down, who I used to host it, so it took me a while. And I didn't want to come live and not be able to have the whole store set up, so really about an hour and a half late. But I didn't have anything scheduled, so it's not that bad at all. Figure I'd come on, see how everybody's doing. I know there's a couple streams going right now, so it'll be a little bit hard. Plus, a lot of times I can't catch everybody because everybody's on like different time zones. Some people are eating dinner. Some people are out playing board games with their families. I mean, I don't know. Plus, I keep getting all these weird messages too. Weird, like, weird stuff. Everybody's like in a panic mode, and I'm like, I don't know. I have no clue. But anyhow, if you guys are catching the stream either live or if you're watching this a little bit later, what I did, because I know there's a lot of craziness going on and panic and stuff like that, I put that code back in the store for 20% off. So you won't see it right off the bat. It takes it to where you go into your cart and look, it'll show the 20% off. All the cards in the store, all of them. There's like probably like 300 now in there. I started just plugging away. What's up, Peanut Butter? How you doing? But I put it in the store. I added a bunch of cards. I got a bunch behind those three in front of me. It's kind of why I just stuck them there. There's like more stuff I'm going to be adding throughout the week. I know to a lot of people that come and see me set up the shows and everything and like my bins and stuff like that, there could be no card shows for a while. Might be a month, might be 2 months, might be 3 months till they start allowing us to gather again in big public settings. Doesn't this remind you all of Martial Law in a way? Oh boy, I just said that live, didn't I? Nah, I'm just kidding. But anyhow, and I got the crazy pug next to me. I don't know what she's doing in here. But down. But see, I say her name and she wants to come up on my lap. She thinks she's still like 2 pounds. But I figure what we do is put the code out. It's good at least through Sunday right now. 20% off. I'll keep adding stuff all week to the store. You will not find any of my PSA or BGS items in there, unfortunately, everybody. That goes on to my slabs, and I use it for RAS and stuff like that, and a lot of the stuff's personal collection. For some reason, I just got a notice saying high CPU usage. That's kind of strange. Something must be running in my background. Probably freaking McAfee or something. But, yeah, I stuck a lot of the three cards on the screen are in the store. Don't get me wrong, those are. But, if you guys want, extremecardbreaks.com. Very easy. There's a link in the description and all that stuff. Plus, it's going across the stream on top. Like I said, if you guys go through it, there's a lot of Bowman Chrome today. Today was like a Bowman Chrome day. I started adding in a lot of stuff from 18, 19. I know there's stuff behind it from 16, 17. Now, all Bowman products, whether it's Bowman, Bowman Chrome, Bowman Draft. I have some people hit me up either by I guess it's called DM now. No, actually, wait. I might still have a Stidham. I will have to look. If I do, it's a low numbered one. I will have to look. I'm not sure. I know I sold the XR. I know I sold the Contenders and the Prism. But I had a Contenders Draft. It was a low number of him. I might have sold it, to be honest. I don't know. Let me just see what's in my stack here, in my drawer, well, my cabinet. It might still be laying in this. Nope. I'll have to look. I'm not sure. A lot of Stidham went quick. Very, very quick. And that was like pretty much after Tom Brady's last game before he started wanting to play for Tampa Bay. But I'm just throwing everything in. So if you come, they used to come to the shows with me and everything. You enjoyed all the bin boxes, I call them, and stuff. You know, the 50 cent, dollar, $2, whatever else I had. I can't remember now. But a lot of that stuff's getting put in the store. So that way, whether you're just watching this on YouTube, you used to come to the shows, whatever it may be, you still have a chance to get the stuff. Yeah, I'll take a look. I'll let you know. I'm not too sure. I still have two of yours because I have pulled them from the store. I just haven't taken them. Like it says sold out on them. I haven't taken them down yet at all. Yeah, it's a good deal, really. I mean, I will tell you most of the cards in the store are either right at eBay or below eBay. Majority are below eBay because that's just usually the way I move this stuff. And for me as a collector, what I do is I'll buy boxes and cases and I go through what I want to send out to get graded. Usually, based off of that, you could sometimes break even on your box. You might make a lot of money in your box. But if you stick to with a good rhythm, now everybody knows PSA's pretty much shut down. Beckett's on its way too. They're not. I see Beckett shutting down by Friday, to be honest, with grading. If they go past this week, I'll be really surprised because they already had a meeting today on it. But yeah, I figured throw them in the store. You guys can still pretend like it's going to a card show, especially once I post this on the Facebook business page. A lot of those guys just like the lower end stuff, and they bank on it like I used to do. And if you're just starting out as a collector, a lot of that stuff. This is how I started. I mean, I didn't start off with a lot of big cards or nothing. A lot of stuff I was lucky on. But what I used to do is buy a lot of rookies and stuff. This is years and years ago. Like I'll even go recently, like Giannis and stuff. I liked him. I don't know why. He just had a goofy last name. I thought at first and everything. Nothing against it. It was just really I would never could be able to pronounce it until I heard it on TV. And I remember sitting there opening up Prism, Upper Deck Letterman and stuff, and pulling my redemptions of his autos and stuff out. And I held them back then. They were selling for a couple bucks a piece. You hold them long enough, guy could turn good. Now look at that stuff, crazy prices. eBay is about the only way you're going to be able to find it. That's probably your best bet is eBay to look for what prices are at on there. I mean, for me, I have subscriptions for like vintage graded cards. Everything gets graded through like three to four, three to four different places. They combine it all, so we get to look at it that way. Just not eBay, some of the bigger auction houses and stuff. But that's only for graded cards. But yeah, mostly I just go off of eBay because through the years you can't really use Beckett Price Guide anymore. Everybody's like, oh, well, I got it cheaper on eBay, so everybody's pretty much on the eBay thing for pricing. But that's what I tell a lot of people, because I get a lot of people ask me to buy collections out and everything. And they're like, well, what's it worth? I'm like, you got to look on eBay. I have no clue. When I come there, I just look, and when you have stuff in like 5,000 count boxes, I'll skim through it real quick. Unless it's vintage, I just go. You might luck out. More than likely, you don't. But yeah. But when I started out and everything, I was pretty much just buying a lot of lower end stuff. I wasn't chasing back in the day. And this is even more like probably the second or third time I came really back in the hobby. I wasn't out buying LeBron James, Dwayne Wade, and Allen Iversons and stuff like that. I was a person that stuck with Michael Jordan. There's sites out there. I don't use them. But people have all kind of different ways and to take like photographs and keep track of what you have. Uh, Best way is to Google it. I don't use anything like that. I know a lot of older collectors do, where they'll pull up like something that looks like something out of Excel, and they'll have every card they own onto it. And there's some guys that keep track of how much it's worth and stuff. I'm like, wow, that's just a lot of time. I mean, maybe one day somebody will make something up like that to where you can just put in cards you have and it'll pull it up. I don't really know. I don't really keep track of my stuff. I just have an idea what I have, and that's about it. Normally, just from always going through stuff, and when you're looking through boxes, like you have marked, like all football on store, I'll be flipping through trying to find that one card in there with like 10 baseball cards somebody bought, and I just see the other ones laying in there. But yeah, only thing I can say is try googling it. I'm sure somebody's going to charge you for it, uh, with a way to keep track on what cards you own. What a crazy pug over there. But yeah, I figured I'd come on tonight just to see how everybody's doing. I know a lot of people working from home now. Some people just aren't working because of where they were at. They just told people to go home and stuff. I had a couple of friends that way to where they're not even getting paid at all. It's really, really bad. I feel bad for everybody because it looks like there's going to be some tough times here coming up. And the more and more I keep reading, the longer I'm looking at this lasting, maybe 2 months. I don't know. Some people have been told they're telework, not my end where I work at, but other people that work for, I know some people work for law firms and stuff, and they've been told to telework till at least May 1st. And I'm like, wow. Hey, I'll tell you, if you're smart in that stuff to make it, wow. Because literally, like when I'm making um, my web page, okay, my website, I'll tell you this much: I don't know what you call it, like computer, internet, website coding stupid. So I have to Google a lot, and I can't tell you. And we've had this site for over 3 years now. I can't tell you how many times I've messed something up and had to call Shopify and been like, I did something wrong, blah, 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 blah. And back in the day, it was always like when I would call, it was late. So I was always getting their overseas people. And when I say overseas, it's like they were girls from Ireland and they used to always pick on me with it. But they would fix it right back in. So, I mean, I'm just not that technically advanced. I'm lucky I know how to put the cards in the store and I can take a picture of my phone. I've been sitting there joking at work, telling people that I need to borrow their kids to teach me Instagram and Twitter because what I'm doing just probably is not working at all. I just don't understand it. I follow all the little SEO hashtag this at this, and I just I don't get the views. Like my website gets a lot of views, and mostly there's a lot of links onto it and stuff like that. But as far as like Twitter and Instagram, I probably what I get in Twitter and Instagram in a month, I in views, I probably get in 3 days on the website. But it's been around for a while too. And I might start getting back into doing some box breaks for everybody. Coming live, you want to buy your own personal boxes again. I'm starting to look into some other products. Mosaic might be where we started off at. Mosaic's actually offers basketball is offering blaster boxes, so I'm going to put in for it, see what we can get out of it. Um, I mean, if they give me like a full case of blaster boxes or even half a case or something, I'll come live and we'll just sell them out. I have been thinking about doing mystery boxes. And if Brian was here, he would probably jump in and tell me he's told me this for 2 years because he kind of has a good clue of what I own for card wise, and I think I can make some really nice mystery boxes or envelopes, whatever you want to call them up. But it's overall finding that medium price range that would be comfortable for everybody. I mean, I don't want to sit there and make $100 envelopes and stuff like that, but I think medium would be like maybe $25 to $50 ones and have like a couple nice chase cards in there, but at least put the value back into them with what somebody's going to pay. And when I'm saying value, I'm looking like if you spend $25 on, say, a mystery pack or a box or whatever they're called, you should get at least $25 in value off of whatever's selling on eBay. And I'm not talking like $25 cards, maybe two, three, four cards, you know. And I think with that there, you're fine. But a lot of people can't do stuff like that because of the way that their business is going. With me, I could sit there and grade a whole ton of cards, and because of what I paid in for it to what their value's at now, I could still work it to where it makes it out for everybody. I, I'm gonna look into. Let me look into. Like I've been telling Brian this for years. If he was in here, he'd be like, "I told you so." But I've been thinking about it more and more because I see everybody doing it, but I've been in a lot of them, and I probably luckily get a good envelope or box out of it. But I would say whenever they're sitting there putting 20 packs up, maybe one or two equals the value of what you're spending. So like say you got like I don't know like $25. Hell, I don't know what I can even show. There's nothing really here. This. So like if I was doing $25 packs, I did 20. I might have two cards out there. That's a chase card. Maybe like this Kobe White here, hollow, going for about $80 on eBay. You know, and then something else like that. But all the rest of the packs, we pretty much you would get eBay value. And my eBay value would be like if the card sells for $10 on eBay, we're going to take 10% off. I'm calling it $9 because that's what you're going to get. But it's something I've been looking at for a long, long time. There's a lot to do with it, um, especially when you start selling repacks and you have a license. A lot of guys can get away with it without a license, but it's really hard. You usually like I would have to basically by law I would have to say this is an extreme card breaks card that you're going to get in every pack plus one bonus hit or bonus hits because legally this is what you're buying this business card, okay? And what's coming in because these are all Tops and Panini licensed. They're the only ones really supposed to be authorized to sell these. That's like when you look at Leaf, they have a Leaf brand card in there, and then you get the bonus hits with it. So it's got to be something like that there, to where it keeps me legal onto it. I don't want them coming after me. But yeah, I'll look into it. It might be with me sitting around working from home, I get about an extra 2.5 hours a day. Maybe it'll be if this whole teleworking thing is going to creep into next week for me, which I'm pretty sure it is. Maybe I'll start making some up and we'll do maybe like a 10 spot run or something like that. I just have to figure out. I don't want to number the packs because then people are like, "Oh, you told so and so what number to pick." What I think is I'll do is I'll come live and then I'll number all the packs, and then you'll get a random pack via random.org. That way, it's kind of fair in a way to where nobody can say, "Oh, you told so and so to pick that pack." I think that might be the best way in doing it, but I'll look into it. I think it's a good idea. I really do. I even had an email. Was it what day did I bring my? I've been in telework 2 days, so Monday, and somebody asked me instead of like for one of the weeks of on a Friday where we do the giveaway, if I would do like 50, $75 store credit. And honestly, I'll think about that. That is an option since the store is going to be packed out. I won't reach the max potential where I want the store with inventory probably for till summertime. So, and I'm talking like having 3,000 cards in there. I mean, course of a day, I get burnt putting 25 in there. There's a lot of cropping and everything I got to do with the pictures. So, and at this point, I don't want to hire anybody, especially with this coronavirus going around coming in here. That'd be my luck. I'd catch it from somebody. My work would be upset. We told you stay home. But yeah, I'm thinking about it. It would be something different. I would just have to really plan it, stack it right to make sure that if I was the person buying into it, I know a lot of people say this, but if I was going to buy into it, would I be happy if I bought all 10 packs out? And I don't look at it, am I going to be happy with one pack? I look at it overall. So if I did 10 packs at, say, $25 a piece, I'm telling you there's at least $250 worth of eBay cards in there. So, but by me opening and looking at them all, saying, okay, how quick are these going to sell on eBay if I put them up too? But yeah, that's the idea. Yeah, I guess you're pretty good at doing all that stuff on the websites and that then? Because I'm not. I'm far from it. I think after I was running for about a year, I hired this marketing team out of California. And I think they were called like Barely Marketing or something. And this girl was like really smart, but she had a hard time to grasp what my business was. They're used to like when I told them it was kind of like a wholesale business, but it was dealt with sports cards and stuff. That she was lost. She was like posting stuff about the Atlanta Braves game and stuff, and I'm like, no, 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 I need you to show this in the store. This is breaking. I'm going live here tonight. This and that. Oh, that's good if you're smart at that stuff, man. I'm horrible at it. I'm sure the people that host my website probably have like a note next to me. It says like he is a pure idiot because I try to explain what I want, and then to a degree, some stuff they'll do for you. Other stuff you have to pay for, of course, through their experts. But most of the time, they'll do it for me, and I'm like, but and I'm like, I can't get these sized right and stuff like that. And they're like, just put this code in. I put it in there. Next thing you know, the pictures are all coming in upside down, no matter which way I put them in there and stuff. That was a fun day. So, but yeah, I'm starting to get a little bit more into the website stuff as I can. Everything that once you build a website, they have all these, they call them apps, and you got to get those to be able to power your website to do this and that. And I'm like, wow, I never realized it was that much into websites. I mean, granted, I mean a simple website. I'm not talking like eBay, Walmart, stuff like that. Their stuff's way too advanced for me. And then I also had somebody asked me if I would do Funko Pops. There we go. I'm not going to do Funko Pops. They were a craze for a while. I don't know if they're still real big, but everywhere I go to all these antique malls and stuff, searching for cards and stuff, all I see, I'll get you here in a second, David. I just seen your thing pop up. Maybe. Damn, you're good. Oh, I think so. Wait, I must have clicked wrong. Boom. Oops, I hit the wrong button. Oh well. Jake will get me later. But yeah, I just see them everywhere, and I'm like, I just don't really know what the value is there, and it's really then starts expanding out of the sports cards and memorabilia stage. I guess it's more of a fear of the unknown than anything. So I start looking at stuff, and I'm like, it's probably the same thing whenever I seen Beanie Babies in Pokemon years ago. And it's just no joke. I was in Hawaii living, and my supervisor was all about Pokemon. We're talking about Series 1. They just came out, probably like 98, I'd say. So he's like, man, come on, let's go to the flea markets on Saturday. And I'm like, I was bartending at the time in Hawaii, okay? So I wouldn't get off from bartending until 4 in the morning. Club would shut down. By the time I got back to post, it was like 7 in the morning. He's picking me up, and I'm like, let me get a shower. He's like, man, you drink that much? I'm like, no, that's alcohol. It spills on you all night. Like, you get the fumes and all that. Well, anyhow, with the Pokemon stuff, he was like going out buying boxes and boxes of this stuff, and I was like, I'll get a couple boxes. And granted, I'm very thankful he talked me into it because I still have them to this day. I didn't even realize I still had them till about maybe 3 years ago. Because a lot, what I would do is I would just buy boxes and I just would never open them. I don't know why. It was just one of those weird things. Like LeBron's rookie year, I would buy like 3 boxes from David Adams, like say a Fleer Mystique, I'd open one and I'd put the other two away. I have no idea why I did that, and I think it went with like in hand with my deployments and stuff because I would buy stuff on deployments and I wouldn't get to open it for a year. And then when I got home, I just didn't want to open it because now all of a sudden, like what I paid $200 for is now worth, 500. I'm like, well, I'll just leave it in there. But yeah, it's pretty interesting overall. I'm gonna have to try to figure some of that stuff out and everything. But yeah, I mean, Pokemon. I still can't believe what some of the boxes sell for now. I literally have like some basketball that are from like LeBron's rookie year. Those. I have a box of what was it, 93 SP with Jeter in it that I bought. And it's still there. Stuff like that, and I've always made sure that they were in a house, they weren't in an attic or stuff like that. When I would go somewhere and I was gone for a year, I'd have it at a buddy's house, and I'd just put in like spare bedroom and stuff like that. But I even have exquisite boxes there. I think they're 13, 14 if I remember right, or 12, 13 maybe something like that. One of the 2 years, whenever I first got to Kentucky, I bought them. But yeah, I'll look into doing some packs. Oh, I sold his rookies that I had, and that was during playoff time. Somebody got them all off me. I know that because I had like his finest rookie, I think a Topps Chrome Auto rookie, and something else. And the guy just said he wanted them all, and I sold them. I'm one of them people that for football, if I'm going to buy something, I'm going to hold it. And this is probably going to sound really weird. It's going to be a quarterback because a quarterback's going to make you the best money in the long run. Like a running back, unless we have another Barry Sanders that comes out, I don't see anybody like really. Running backs get hurt a lot, and to me are kind of like a dime a dozen. Wide receivers, you do have your elite receivers, but they never really peak up there what quarterback prices are. So I hold like quarterbacks for football mostly. Baseball, you'll never see me hold a pitcher unless it's named Nolan Ryan. Just the way I've been. Basketball, the only thing I hold is my Jordans, really. The other stuff, like the few Lucas I've left, are just investments for later on down the road. I just was lucky enough to have a lot of Lucas, you know. Crazy dog. I have a feeling somebody didn't get their walk in because it was raining, now wants to go out. Yeah, if I have any Hopkins, it's going to be like base stuff of his, really. A lot of stuff I centered this year into more was, well, I'm going to say 2019 was basketball just because it's a huge global market now. And I concentrated just in baseball on Bowman products alone. And I've even limited myself this year on football just to really the top 4 or 5 brands. I was getting really carried away, just like, oh, I got to get a case of this, I got to get a case of that. And eventually I was just like, no. If the other sports, I mean, baseball picked up with Otani being, international and everything, but if the other sports would pick up like basketball did, wow. Somebody was telling me the stock market keeps on dipping. I thought I just read something that went up, but it might have been a day or two ago. What is all that on my phone? Huh. Alrighty then. You get all kind of weird app pop-ups on news all the time. I gotta look at my pop or my whatever they call it in your phone, your alerts. It's continually going off all the time. Half the time I don't know if it's text message or a phone call because I keep it on vibrate. But yeah, anyhow, I wanted to come on today just to basically make sure everybody's doing okay out there. You know, I know a lot of people trapped inside. Me, I'm trapped inside with a dog and two cats. So, uh, I don't get a whole lot of person to person time like I do at work. So I figured I'd hop on, see how everybody's doing. Tell y'all, I just put the code in. Same as last weekend, but this time it's already started. It's good through Sunday right now. I'll probably extend it out. Something a little bit different to try doing, especially with the volume of cards I'm trying to get in the store. But there's a lot in there, and you guys know I need to quit playing with the mouse because CPU usage is going to go high. But when you go up here, you'll see the word cards for sale. You get to scroll down. If you hit all cards for sale, that's going to bring it from highest to lowest. Otherwise, you got to go into categories by the years and stuff. And I tried to make it to where it's a little bit easier for me putting the stuff into the store just because I'm what I know I'm digging at. Mostly, it's trying to get all the newer stuff in, and when I have dry weeks like now, I can start going backwards in time. But other than that, you guys check out the store, extremecardbreaks.com. You don't have to get anything; just take a look at it, see if there's might be something on there somebody else is wanting. They're like, "Oh man, I've been looking for that card. It's there." Let them know. Um, we still got Friday's giveaway. Today's what, Wednesday? Yeah, Wednesday. So 2 more days for the giveaway, and then I'll release that on Friday night. I'll come live Friday for a little bit again, like always. I'm not going to open anything for the fact I'll be opening up in a case of Inception in a break on probably Saturday afternoon early, as long as like they're not shutting post offices and stuff like that down. But as always, you guys are welcome to, I call it instant message. I guess it's direct message. DM me on any of this stuff. I'll respond as I can throughout the day. Email me if you guys got questions, suggestions. I'm always open. The card market is always evolving, and there's always different things out there. So I'm always interested in learning. And if you guys got channels or stuff you need me to come take a peek at, like, hey, check this dude's channel out. It's a good idea with what you have. I'm always willing to listen and stuff like that. But other than that, everybody stay safe. Stay healthy, I guess, is the real key word. Don't catch the coronavirus. I guess it's just spreading even more and more now. Just stay home with your families. And if you don't got families, come on YouTube. Somebody's always streaming. Come in and chat and just hang out. That's pretty much what I do when I get off work if I'm not putting the stuff in the store. A lot of times I'm putting stuff in the store in somebody's room too, just listening. Always good to listen. Better than that, I'm out for the night. If you guys need anything, hit me up. Any orders, like I always say, it always goes out next business day. Other than that, I'm gonna probably go watch some TV for a little bit. Something I haven't really done much of recently. I can just see my DVRs probably max. I think the last thing I watched was Walking Dead. That's the only thing I try to keep up on. It's getting pretty good. But I will talk to y'all on Friday. Tomorrow's video is just going to be a preview of what Inception is, just like the regular preview videos. I'll get that out to everybody. And then I'll jump on Friday after probably about 8 p.m. again to about 8:30ish. Just to make sure everybody's tracking the 20% off code or discount, automatic discount in the store, and then also with the giveaway video. And we're creeping. I think we're like 12 people away from 2,000, so that mantle autograph's about to go up here very, very shortly. All right, other than that, if you're new to the channel, make sure you always subscribe to the channel and all that good stuff. You guys hear it all the time. But I'm out. Take care, and I will see you guys Friday for sure.